Welcome to all R.O.V. team member prospects. My name is Aiko Nakamura, correspondent for disaster relief in Japan. What you're about to watch is an address from Japan's Prime Minister live in Tokyo. We appreciate the time you are taking to hear the Prime Minister's urgent request for help.
Translation provided. First and foremost, I'd like to thank those volunteers gathered in Collierville, Tennessee. We thank them for giving of their time to help this great nation in time of distress. As you know, a tsunami has rocked the country of Japan and stirred the Pacific Ocean. The destruction was great, and as great as this nation is, Japan alone cannot handle the magnitude of the destruction. For that, we are reaching out to our American brothers and sisters to help us in this time of need. Everyone can agree that there are many in despair. What should be appearing on your screen now is images of some of the destruction and just total chaos that has really shook southern prefectures. Here is also an interview of one of the survivors of that prefecture.
As you can see, everything has been destroyed. As a country, we prepare for disasters. As a little girl in school, I remember the drills in the case of an earthquake or tsunami, but this was something we never imagined. I ask myself, what could be done to avoid such destruction? And I have no answers. No one has answers. Where do we even begin? There must be someone who can help.
What she says is true. Japan is very prepared in most cases of disaster, but we are looking to the future in order to prevent any such disaster from affecting this country like it has in this case. Because you are all gathered here today, you're now response to oceanic volatility team members and candidates for this great mission. During the selection process time, you'll be working as groups to complete several tasks that are important to the mission of helping Japan. Calculating response time in the instance of a tsunami is of the utmost importance. Because Japan sits on the edge of a zone known as the Ring of Fire, it is prone to be subject to earthquakes. What you are seeing now is the effect of those earthquakes that occur in the ocean. As the Earth's plates shift, it moves the water above it, creating huge tsunami waves. Those waves appear to be ripples at sea, but when they reach land, the destruction is great. What we need from you volunteers is to study the epicenters of these earthquakes. The more we understand about waves and how they travel, the better prepared we will be in times of earthquakes and tsunamis. You will have to use your skills in order to pinpoint the origins of these earthquakes. But there's still so much more. My advisors tell me that we need to understand more about the ocean floor. It's not so easy to see the geographical features on the ocean floor as you can see a mountain. But there are many reasons why we need to know what is on the ocean floor. Not only do we need to identify earthquake-sensitive areas, but viewing the ocean floor will help us in the retrieval process. You will have to retrieve not only hazardous materials, but also valuable items. And you will do so by using the most sophisticated technologies. It is your charge not only to learn how to use the equipment, but also interpret the data that you receive when mapping the ocean floor. But you Americans can handle that. Which leads me to my next point about calculating tsunami wave rate. Just as a tree will bend as the wind blows, the destruction is greater when waves are moving at a higher rate of speed. You will be using simple tools to study wave rate or speed. While waves are great for surfing, once those waves reach land, they can cause horrible destruction, as we have seen here in our country. Please remember that you can always ask your instructors if you need assistance. All you really need to say is, "Hey, good afternoon. I need some help," because we really need you to be good at recovering the submerged assets or property that was lost underwater. To complete this task of retrieving lost items underwater, you will be using ROVs or remotely operated underwater vehicles, as seen here. But it's not just an issue of operating the vehicles. They must also be built by you. This is an area in which your instructors are already somewhat versed. They have built these ROVs and will show you how to do so using all of these tools. Remember that when using the equipment to build these ROVs, you must take the proper precautions. By doing so, we ensure that we have properly made ROVs. We hope that our facilities will enable you to get all the practice that you need. The currents made by the fountains model the unpredictability of the actual ocean. On the floor of this fountain, you will retrieve objects just as you would if you were out at sea. Through these missions, we know that you will gain many valuable insights. We've put our total trust in you to help us return this great country of Japan to what it once was.